everyone. Welcome to episode 4, 3? It's not one of the
Four.
episodes. 4. Episode 4 of the actual play series. If you've gotten this far, you probably know who we are. We are a business, Dragon's Concord, set up in Fairfax, Virginia. If you're interested, come and check us out. Last time we left off was a bit of a very combat-heavy session.
Oof.
As the party was making their way along the barrier isle north of the God's Eye Isle in search of a Minotaur temple so that they could take its blood and get a bunch of rewards from a patron within the town of Hargonfel. They encountered a group of bandits known as the Brotherhood of the Dark Sun, who appear to have some sort of military organizational brotherhood. You easily slew the first border guards and ran into a cadre of patrols that intercepted you, talked to you guys, and you engaged in combat.
Now I will
Flash
say,
were stomped to the ground.
in our defense, we did attempt to negotiate with the first group, and negotiations failed drastically.
Yeah. Negotiations fell through.
I disagree. I think that horse eating was an excellent first step on negotiations.
You did also throw a horse off of a cliff.
And then a man. And then myself.
And then yourself. All things considered,
It went fairly well.
Dope.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Hosk is just the main one who's not feeling very well about this whole thing.
For now.
Hosk is not having a good day. It's worse than the cats. Well, not that bad.
and so
I went through some stuff, guys.
we come back to this session with Gaius and Yezio currently chasing down these mounted bandits, as the rest of you guys are. You two are pretty good.
Yeah.
Hosk is.
I managed to heal myself now.
You're just a little bruised and dirty.
And to be fair, Gaius is chasing them down. Yezio is very distantly in the background. He's like, Lisa for me!
You long-legged bastard. And unfortunately, because they are mounted, they manage to outrun you, but they aren't hiding their tracks, so you don't need to make a check to follow them. But are you still going to be chasing after them, or are you waiting for your party?
I only go so fast. I assume they're going to catch up or just not follow.
You're running.
Hosk does not see the point in this.
Power walking.
You're striding.
He can be convinced otherwise.
Hosk got curb stomped by a horse. He's not really not feeling this one this time, guys.
It's fair.
Do we have enough horses for people to just
Yeah,
ride?
you captured one.
One, okay.
Did I convert the horses to communism?
Hmm?
Did I
I
convert
think-
the horses to communism?
It's going to be a little difficult. You gotta pull out the manifesto.
And I think Wyatt's on the horse, right?
Yeah, why? I
Yeah.
think why it's on the horse.
I'll dismount for now to if we're gonna try to heal up or whatever. But I don't know if we're gonna take after Gaius and Yezo or not.
Yezio is still within eyesight. Gaius is Yezio is about to round the corner of the cliff. Like,
I go, Yezo,
What?
don't follow him. Let's
Fight! There's a fight!
I
Fuck!
saw
You long-legged bastard.
Hosk
I hate
saw a
horses.
cyclops.
Yeah, I am kind of spent.
Yeah, let's figure out our next steps.
Would you like a shake of dead guy?
What about Gaius?
If I see them having just
shrug.
not come after me.
if you look behind you, you see Yezio is shouting back at around the cliff bend, shouting at the rest of the party who has stopped following you.
Hosk is having the cutest
I've
little
earned my
concussion.
glory by making them run away from me. Terrified.
They are very terrified.
This is acceptable.
So they are concerned for their well-being.
Good. For the glory.
For the glory. Hosk, you find a very comfortable piece of rock.
Corpse.
So, they got away. We should probably not stay here unless we want to have this fight again here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hosk has named his head wound Jeff.
I am all for it. You all seem to have gotten a little bit of the raw deal. I hate horses, by the way. Can we agree that horses are the devil?
See the one horse.
Except for this,
Not your
this,
devil.
Yeah, this one's a. This one's a good
Didn't one of you cast animal speaking?
I did. That's why I tried to bring horses out. Seems means production.
Well,
That's right. And the one who talked like Elvis Presley.
my other horse companions and I find this to be rather rude. And for the rest of you, just hear, just neighs and stomps the ground and kicks the ground a little.
Hosk will not eat you. You are a good horse.
I appreciate the thank you for touching me on the head
Thank you for clarifying.
in a non-sexual way. That would be disconcerting.
He is a lizard man.
So now, like, there's just Hosk and the horse in awkward silence.
Just looking at each other like,
Listen, I don't want you to get any wrong ideas, man. I'm not that kind of horse.
Hosk is gonna go lie down.
Let's move off the road at least, and then we'll take a little
Did it actually cast animal speaking? You're just hallucinating.
He's just high as
more
those
and more
horses.
time.
So they're drooling.
Several of those hits were to the head. And so it's
Oh,
just-
nice.
And I'm like, is he trying to talk to my horse?
Hosk has actually been like twitching on the
Yeah.
ground for the whole last 3 rounds of this
yeah.
combat.
Staring up at the sky.
This whole tracks.
The stars are going dark. There aren't any stars in the sky.
The problem is we're on a cliff, right?
You're on a cliff road, yeah.
We're in a perfect spot to get stomped in.
I know. Better to move forward or go back?
Does the road split like when we charged up ahead?
Yeah, so this is just the road that travels along the cliff face, and it curves back inland to where there are many different like billy goat paths and all of these different trails that you could all take. It's just that this portion of the road was very tactically unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, I say actually, if we follow them, we can confuse our tracks with theirs, and if we're careful, maybe split away from their trail.
Weren't we originally going down a path that was like there had been like a rock slide, and then we left that path to find these bandits? So
Yeah, but then-
conceivably, shouldn't we go back to the rock slide just on the other side of it and continue down that path?
It depends on what our goal is. If we're heading towards the Minotaurs, maybe. But if
Yeah.
we're heading after these bandits, then
Well, I think the Minotaurs, is as juicy as the bandits are, we can come back to the bandits.
Indeed.
Thank you for describing the man as juicy, by the way. We all appreciate that.
Hosk is thick.
Dunking
his
thick
lip.
bandits. Hosk snaps out of it. I heard juicy.
their leader is Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm trying to rob these adventurers, but I'm dumpy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting them.
So,
Okay.
what time of the day is it?
It is approaching early afternoon, so it's pretty much like comfortably morning.
Let us take a rest, get our breath back together, climb that massive cliff face that we decided to pass earlier. We can throw ropes down, and those of us who are not good at climbing can then follow behind. And we can not deal with these
I can be a goat.
annoyances.
Hosk make good goat.
Hosks makes a very good goat. Not a very good cat, but a very good goat.
I try to like
Going
prop
down
you back
now.
up. Yeah.
How does that sound to everyone?
Sounds like a plan.
You guys gonna take a short? You guys gonna take a short rest?
Yeah, let's short rest, but not right here, obviously.
Yeah, you move forward a little bit, and like I said, it.
Do vote for a long rest in our nearish future. So I can get spells back and whatnot.
Hosk has lost his touch with magic.
These last my spells to talk
Hey, you guys need to find a bonfire.
awkwardly to a horse.
How about we spend the rest of the evening attempting to find wherever this Minotaur, Centaur, Palatar temple is. We take a long rest over there. Tomorrow morning we can deal with excessive violence.
There's no such thing as excessive violence.
And knowing is half the power.
There's appropriate amounts of violence and not enough violence.
Then the appropriate amount of violence. That'll be judiciously.
Hosk has no violence left.
Appropriate amount of violence, judiciously applied.
Topping
With
every
reverence.
fight like a fine cream.
Yeah. Consistently, once every 8 hours.
Repeat as necessary.
Repeat as necessary. So you all may spend hit dice. to perform your short rest. You get all your things back that return on short rests. So I'm pretty sure Wyatt gets most of his spell slots back.
Yeah, I do.
I'll play Song of Rest for anyone who needs an extra d6.
Cool.
I think that's mostly Husk.
I'm at because we had a short rest I think at the end of last, where I just got healed by everybody. Cause I'm actually pretty good now.
Oh, okay.
Or I use my own healing spells on myself.
That's where all your spell slots went.
So I'm actually not horrible at the moment.
Okay.
I'm 30 out of 34.
And Jukebox starts playing lo-fi beats to heal grievous wounds too.
I'm gonna spend 1 hit die.
And you get a d6 too. Because I'm playing
Plus a
Song of
d6?
Rest. Yeah.
Nice. Song of Rest.
I may not even have. Oh well, because I get it because I'm spending the die, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, that's right. I use it on my head die. 'Cause within
7 plus a d6. 11. Perfect. That is.
Yeah. I think the only thing I get back after a short rest is Channel Divinity.
Yes.
Everything else is
Also, any hit points if you need it.
lay on hands.
You can lay on hands yourself, but that comes back on a long rest.
No, I know, but I was in the middle of like swim fighting a man, so I got any help.
I get nothing on a short rest except for hit points.
And after the hour passes, as you all resolve your short rests, it sounds like you guys want to continue going after the Minotaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to need one of you to make me a D10 roll.
On it.
Oh, okay.
8.
Love those dice.
Uh-oh. This is the worst case scenario. The GM is giggling.
It's a good number though, right?
So,
I rolled my nice dice. These are my nice dice. They're happy dice.
I was hoping you would get a certain number, and then I realized that this was on the list, and I'm happy either way.
Oh, okay.
So,
Whenever the GM's happy, that's a
It's a bad sign.
double-edged sword.
it's a pretty long journey through this barrier island, and also you are actively trying to avoid any more encounters with bandits. Luckily, you haven't run into any since the first encounter. Seems like you spooked them pretty hard.
We yeeted a horse off
You
the
you deadlifted a horse. No, not even deadlifted. You squat racked a horse and rolled him over your shoulders, rider along.
I was taking no penalties from being over encumbered with the horse.
Excuse me. And as you are walking through,
sounds of sexual arousal.
Peerless athletes.
this is a weird session.
Let's just forget about
And
that
don't
session.
worry, it's gonna get weirder. As it is now around mid to late afternoon, as you are continuing along this path, and you start following a path that goes through a little bit, not a cavern, but it looks like a
Crevasse.
crevasse is a good way to put it. And in a dark, dank, damp portion of this
Dang.
crevasse, well, you're about to feel more at home.
What's the rent of this apartment?
You are walking along this crevasse, and you see out of the corner of your eye. Well, you're all walking in a line, so multiples of you see it. Seem to be alerted by movement. There's a patch of neon red mushrooms that illuminate off of shadowed rock.
I eat it without question.
Don't eat the mushroom.
I've seen this.
mushroom.
I'm like yelling out as you go towards him.
Increases my.
He's not even like reaching. He's just like jaws first.
Wait, I saw this once. If I eat one of these, I get twice the size.
I was kidding. Actually, I'm not going to.
Okay.
I dumped it.
It looks like there is a cluster of 4 mushrooms. Just
Can I acknowledge nature?
you can knowledge nature.
My common sense occasionally kicks back in.
Every once in a while.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
nice.
Okay. Starting hot with a 22.
22. So these are wizard mushrooms. They were conveniently, and as their name implies, created by wizards, much like a lot of monsters and creatures and
Wizards need better hobbies.
these mushrooms
Cast fireball.
when you eat them, they do require a con save, otherwise you can risk getting poisoned. But when you consume the mushroom, you increase the damage die of any one spell that you make, and you illuminate when you eat it, you illuminate 30 feet of red light until you cast a spell. So what that means is,
Like culture one and try to like plant it on me.
your arm starts buzzing a little bit, like you're a little too close to a high voltage line.
It feels fantastic.
Husk tingles.
So you can add 4 wizard mushrooms
That's what
to your
terrifying
inventory.
phrase.
If you're picking them,
Yeah,
you can add
I'm
4.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So what that means is you want to cast a spell that does 2d6 healing. Oh, it's 3d6 now.
Oh, okay.
If you eat the
It just
mushroom,
increases the number by 1.
It adds a
Yeah.
die.
it adds a die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. So you pick those mushrooms. Do you eat any right now?
Not at the moment, no.
Not at the moment. Gotcha.
We don't want a glowing red
Is
lizard
it-
man.
The next spell you choose that activates it to activate it, or just
The-
the next
you
spell
eat
you
it,
use?
The very next spell you cast.
Okay.
What if the next spell you cast doesn't have a numerical dice?
Too bad.
Yeah,
that
don't just
makes
use
sense.
it.
It's yeah. So it's something you keep in mind. It does not apply to Divine Smite.
It's not a spell. Wrathful Smite is a spell.
Wrathful Smite is a spell.
There you
It
go.
would apply to that. Anything that you cast from your spell list, not an ability.
Okay, but at this point, you now would have to pick a mushroom off of husks.
Yeah, you'd have to touch Hosk, first of all.
What's your point?
I mean, fair enough.
Immune to disease. I'll snuggle, buddy. With
I mean,
it's
but
fine.
Let's
you're
put
not
that to the
immune
test.
to Phil.
There.
You look over at Hosk.
Gross.
You look over at Hosk, reach out, make us whole, and you take a mushroom and just shove it in your mouth. It's not even the right mushroom.
Oscar feels good about his body.
The wizard mushrooms are now just a delivery system for the rest of Hosk's spores.
Oh yeah.
The rest of
The Myconid colony you call home is pretty happy right now.
It's not that it inhabits you; you just inhabit it.
And continuing on, it looks like night is beginning to fall. It looks like you will have to make one more random events roll before you get to the temple, but it looks like a long rest is right around the corner.
We all gather together.
so good.
All right. I bring up my dice set. Who wants to roll for the encounter? I have a sense.
What on earth are you talking
I
about?
don't know. I'm touching the fourth wall.
The horse is staring down at the dice.
I vote Mike does the roll this time.
So, okay. Well, you guys are going to be able to get a long rest, and then you're going to make a roll.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
Okay, great.
That is
Cool.
much better.
All my stuff back.
Yep, so you all sleep. If anyone wants to take watch and try to see what's out there, you may. But,
Osk is not taking a watch.
okay.
I will take a watch. Too.
All right, you may roll perception.
I'll also take a watch after.
All
Yes,
right,
yeah.
you may roll perception as well.
Jukebox was a tired boy.
18.
Jukebox has a big bubble coming out of its nose. Tiny jukeboxes are flying around its head.
Yeah.
With an 18, the valley that you are kind of camped in is almost suspiciously quiet.
Like no birds, no nature sounds. No
There are occasionally a couple nature sounds, but it seems
Yeah,
like,
it's like bird. This
yeah,
is the bird.
bird.
noise.
Okay.
Yeah. Aside from your traveling companion,
Super cute, by the way.
there are the occasional sound, like you'll hear a chirp of a bird occasionally, like you'll see a mountain goat, but it's very sparsely populated, which seems to be a little suspicious given how most of this barrier island is uninhabited by permanent civilization. So it seems like these bandits might be
We're claimed by the fungus.
overhunting.
Yeah. Maybe we should go kill the bandits. They don't respect nature.
There's one
We'll start with the
person-
Minotaur first.
One person I don't respect is someone who doesn't respect nature.
A horse just chewing on some grass, just nodding.
Very
But
sage horse.
we named a
Little
horse.
do they know, the horse is an arsonist.
Burn them all.
Now you know what you got to do, boy. You have to burn them all.
Lock them. Throw away the key. You want to know the recipe for a Molotov cocktail?
Oh no, I turned the horse into anarchist, guys.
Your name is Che now.
My masters forbid me from my divine purpose to cause fires and chew hay.
I'm all
Hey,
Jukebox, you are awoken for maybe like 2 minutes. You're like, Jezio shakes you awake. I'm going to bed. Jezio falls asleep very quickly. Jukebox, you're like, yeah, that's rad.
He doesn't so much fall over as just roll.
Yeah.
You're like,
little visual of like little jukeboxes dressed as sheep jumping over a fence.
I'd probably wake up like really early, and so maybe I'll be like the last watch, but it's just because I woke up like super early. In the
Sure, you
morning.
can roll perception.
Okay.
did I kill any? I did kill one of the bandits, didn't I?
You did.
And I think I snagged something off of
You
them.
took the amulet.
Yes.
The amulet of the dark sun.
So before I go to bed after my watch, lay out my little ritual, add the amulet to it at the end.
Am I adding a perception to this?
Yes.
10?
10?
Yeah.
The darkest part of morning, everything seems to just be waking up a little bit. You do hear a couple more nature noises, but much like the rest of the watch, it has been uneventful. Luckily.
Can I, just as I'm watching, I'm probably not paying too much attention, obviously, but at least I'm awake. I'm just kind of like carving like maybe a stick, just doing a little whittling. And I kind of murmur under my breath, Baphomet, if you're going to help out on this adventure, maybe now'd be a good time.
Engage in light pillow talk with Baphomet.
Yeah.
Roll me your spell casting ability modifier.
Okay.
Isn't Baphomet the platinum dragon? Like,
No, that's Bahamut.
Oh.
Baphomet is ironically, the demon lord of Minotaurs.
I bet they get that a lot.
I rolled
Really
really,
awkward
really, really
cross-prey.
terrible. So I only got a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
Baphomet.
You can feel there's this like everlasting look
Mm-hmm.
that you just constantly feel of yourself as your patron is looking through you.
Yeah.
Your patron is here. It doesn't look like it has like desire, not even desire, but just like
Not the bandwidth. Doesn't have the bandwidth.
yeah, it doesn't have the bandwidth to speak to
It's had a
you.
really rough week.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's taking some of his internet access.
Breaking up Zoom
Use
calls.
section
You don't think
Elaborate.
you're my only minion, do you? You know.
Alrighty.
So fair enough. Yeah, I'll just
Which
kind of go back to whittling.
might be comforting to you, knowing
Mhm.
that you're not constantly being harassed by
Right.
your patron. So I need someone to roll me a d10.
9.
More mushrooms? Is it all mushrooms?
This is the one I
All
hoped you guys roll.
All
That's what I wanted to do. This is what I also wanted to roll.
Yeah.
There.
Take that.
You guys can now see the temple. It is slow. Occasionally, as you duck and weave and dive through the natural valleys and paths of this rocky terrain, you can see a dilapidated, overgrown building up on a rock ledge. You're like, that's where we need to go, because the little mini marker map
How many
marker.
skulls are in the architecture?
You can't tell from me this far.
It's like all evil layers have like the same architect.
Yeah, you
Don't
look
like
over
allow
at it,
you
you're like,
skulls.
that's the Minotaur layer, and there's a crack of thunder.
There we go. Okay, that's a dead giveaway.
Meanwhile,
worry.
the Legion of Doom.
We'll add more skulls. It's fine. I'm sure it'll happen.
Some horns.
And
Maybe ours.
you all.
You're really a ray of sunshine, yes, you know?
It's part of nature.
You
Oscar
all
Grace.
wander through a lower road. A little bit easier to traverse. It is not as rocky terrain. It's actually pretty. It's grassy, almost like spongy, mossy terrain. And
This
you
is moist.
wait. You go down this pathway into a large rock grove. A huge clearing, almost perfectly cylindrical, where you see a number of large and small boulders are arranged in what almost looks like some sort of pattern, but you can't really discern it from just entering it.
It's a henge.
Yeah, kind of like a henge.
It's geometric.
Almost geometric, yeah. As you enter into the grove.
Went to the grove.
What do
I look
we
at the
all
druid.
know
I look
about
at the grove.
minotaurs?
Look at the druid.
Groves do make me happy.
Roll history.
Austin's happy.
History or religion. You will get better. You will get different answers.
You will get better or different?
Different.
I'll do history. 17.
17 history.
17 religion.
17 religion. 15 religion.
17 religion.
Jesus. Okay. So 17, 17.
I guess I'll
15,
roll just to see if I can like
17.
The false god.
No. You're playing your fiddle.
Yeah.
So, with what you rolled on religion for Minotaurs, common knowledge that Minotaurs were populated into this world by a demon lord.
Fucking wizard. Oh no.
They were servants of a demon lord of the abyss. Although you can't really pin the name. You two, with the 17s on your history, religion. Did everyone roll religion?
I did history.
You did history. You
Yeah.
two did religion. That's right. You two did religion. You get the name Baphomet, who is the Lord of Labyrinths and the Demon Lord of Minotaurs. Baphomet is seen and fiddles. Baphomet is seen
Weird
as-
subdomain.
When he was filling out his divine portfolio, he had to fill out one slide. He's like, fiddles.
Had his resume a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the top down of the labyrinth is just like a big
Fiddle.
Yeah.
Just a big fiddle.
Played us like a damn fiddle. Baphomet tends to have more intervening roles in the world. Very commonly tries to stick their hand in the cookie jar and mess around with things that they shouldn't. So it's very plausible that this temple of the bull god is temple to Lord Baphomet.
Oh.
History, even though Minotaurs are descendants of Baphomet and of demonic bloodline, they typically have very constructive roles in society. Obviously, with all races and castes and cultures, you can become anything that you want, both good and evil. But
I
Minotaurs
chose evil.
Minotaurs are not bound by their demonic blood.
So they're intelligent, reasoning, rational creatures
Yes.
that aren't typically
strangely
hunted
into
like big
fiddles.
game animals.
Yes. Also, a little peculiar if this lady Claudia is looking for blood from a champion of Lord Baphomet.
Oh yeah, that is a bit interesting.
Can't we just hook him up?
Listen,
We have to an IMDb drip.
One bucket right here.
take it from me.
I just want to be a normal person.
We gotta bleed out the sin.
This is the easiest mission ever, guys.
We did it.
Do I know that Minotaurs are typically associated with like labyrinths, and that this is
That starts edging more into like the older lore when Minotaurs first came to Carthage
okay.
and to the old world, and when Demon Lord Baphomet was more interactive with the world, they constructed labyrinths as places of worship for him. So you may be walking into a labyrinth, or you may be heading into a labyrinth.
So despite my pact, I know none of this. I'm just like oblivious to all this.
I mean, you beat the
You
devil.
didn't read the freaking fine print at all,
Yeah.
did you?
You went. I told you once, son of a bitch. I'm the best there's ever been. He's like, cool.
Just like
Peace out.
deuces.
Peace out. I'll be here
Yeah.
soon. I'll be here occasionally.
Be seeing.
I'm just a redneck who won a fiddle contest. That's what really all it comes down to.
Clerics just have dedicated their entire life. I won a fiddle contest.
I won a fiddle contest.
It's literally that easy.
Mm-hmm.
But you enter into this henge. It's very
Henji.
not hengy,
Not Henji?
mystical.
Oh.
It feels charged.
How's his mushrooms looking?
Your mushrooms? I mean, your mushrooms are mushrooming right now.
Tosk is pleased.
I'm going to use my magic awareness
Mm-hmm.
Until the end of my next turn notification. Actually, I'm going to hold on to that one.
Gotcha. And as you enter into this henge, and it's circular, or it's a cylindrical, so you just walk around the perimeter looking for an exit. You notice that as you make a lap, and then another lap, the entrance that you guys had come in from has disappeared.
Entrance to this. We're not in a cave or anything,
No,
right?
nope.
We're just
like you can see the sky above
yeah,
you.
it's just like we're circled by mountains or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sheer cliff face.
Can I'm going to take one of my daggers, and I'm just going to, like, stick it in the ground.
Okay.
Be like, let's do another lap and see what happens.
You stick your dagger in the ground. You do another lap. You come back to your dagger, and it looks like something had rolled over it. It's now laying flat against the ground.
Huh.
Is it bent or is it just like straight? It's just like popped out of the ground.
It hadn't bent the metal, but it looks like something rolled over it and caused the dagger to flatten. And you see like the bit of the earth where you had stuck it in
Right,
has
right.
lifted up off the ground.
Interesting. What if we go...
Yeah.
The other way?
Well,
No,
if we split...
Oh, try to meet in the middle.
Yeah.
You split, and
And I'm going to set the dagger back straight in the ground before we...
okay, so you split, walk back around, and do you do another full loop around?
I
Did
assume was the
anything
plan.
change when we met on the other side?
When you met on the other side, it doesn't look like anything changed, but you can now see, as you are paying more attention to the ground, it looks like the grass has been laid flat. And it's not perfectly... There are boulders and rocks and many different, like, just rock objects, I suppose you can call them.
All those rocks.
Stones, boulders.
Yep.
Stones, boulders, rocks.
Object.
And you want me to roll me a perception check, or perception or investigation.
Ooh. Or investigation. Do perception.
17.
That's a 9.
A 9,
9.
15, 9.
Perception.
Yeah, perception or investigation.
Oh, I should have really good perception, but that was a 9.
Okay, so
Holy
you
crap,
two are the
that
only
is
one who
good.
notice. As you're looking down at these paths, or at these like little
I'm sorry, this is 7.
laid down grass, you notice that these boulders and rocks are smooth.
Like perfectly round, smooth.
Not perfectly round, but
Smooth the
Like they've been rolling around.
smooth yeah, like they have been rolling around.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna like walk down the trail just a little bit, and then quickly turn around.
You quickly turn around. There's a rock right behind you.
Was it there before he went walking, though?
No.
Yeah, these rocks. Hey, Mr. Rock, are you following me?
You look down at the rock.
Yeah.
The rock stares back at you.
I just take
sullenly.
my. It's, how big is it? Like this big?
Yeah, it's about like that.
Okay. Just take the tip of my foot and give it just like a little soccer boot. You know, not trying to like kick it way down the.
Yeah,
thing.
you just move.
Just trying to push it a little ways back.
Yeah, you.
All right. I turn around and I walk a bit, and I turn back around.
You turn back around. There's now a huge boulder behind
Oh
you.
God!
You've angered it.
What are we seeing as he's doing this?
So he walks around the
Eating
bend,
popcorn while you're
and the moment he leaves your eyesight,
Mm-hmm.
as he walks around the bend and turns around, the rock is behind him. He goes, "Ah, You see a rock kick out into your view. He continues walking, turns back around and sees the boulder. The rock that he had kicked had not moved. As you all were looking at it.
So do they see the boulder, or am I?
They don't see the boulder. As
I'm
you
the
have
one who sees
you
the
have
boulder.
just walked away from the party and
Okay.
they've left eyesight.
But they hear me yell.
Yeah, they hear ah.
I want to sit on top of the smaller rock.
Okay, you
And I'm
perch.
just gonna like motion for them to like keep going.
You see this huge boulder. And keep walking. And just keep walking.
The hedge. You said it's
Wait, are we all? Sorry, not to.
it's made out of rock, or is it like a hedge?
It is made out of rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nothing in here burns.
No. I mean, you could burn the grass.
We can burn each other.
Eh,
It'll please the horse.
Each other's motion.
Okay.
It'll be so-
I'm gonna not trying to burn anything, but I will cast produce flame as a cantrip just to see what happens. You said it feels magical in here, right? Do I get any sense that I'm like being powered up by
Yes,
that?
you do.
Okay.
In fact. And I need these two.
The boulder bursts into flame.
The boulder is confused.
what kind
conflicted
I'm a
about
stone. Are you trying to burn me?
Well, I rolled a 99.
That-
So you produce flame. Normally it's just a tiny
Yeah.
a little flame. It shoots up and has mock diamonds in it, as if you had just conjured forth an afterburner of a jet engine.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Your hand pushes to the floor.
Like a... no.
I'm gonna test it.
All right. Well, that's something.
When everyone leaves, as you're sitting on this rock and they're just walking around, you look back and the rock is still there.
what if I don't look at the rock? I'm just like looking up.
You look up. Is your butt touching the rock?
Yeah.
You don't feel the rock move. You look back down, the rock is still there.
Has he moved?
Some of the rocks, as you look up at the sky and you're not observing the landscape around you, you look back down and you see some of the rocks around you have moved. But the rock that you're sitting on hasn't.
I want to get off the rock, and I'm gonna shove the rock as hard as I can and run the other way and then turn around.
You shove the rock as hard as you can, and you hear it like thud against the ground. And when you turn around, the sound stops. You run forward, turn back around, and there is now a stone circle in the ground that you had been sitting on.
I'm gonna take my spear and I'm gonna stab one of the rocks.
Okay, roll a hit against the rock. You may chip your spear.
That's fine. I actually should probably have my spear stuff up. That is a 11.
An 11, you chip the rock. It's a rock. It's not like you're gonna miss.
I'm just maybe
And
it's
you-
a creature impersonating a rock. I
You
don't know.
score the side of the rock, and now there is a long, like white line carved into the side of it.
How big was the rock that I hit?
Um,
I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna chuck it in the general direction of Wyatt. Not to hit Wyatt, but
are
like
you
just,
watching it as it's continuing?
No. I'm
No.
gonna yeet it and I'm gonna turn.
You hear a rock scatter and hit the ground.
Next to me.
No, a little bit the ways that you threw it. You all see, or whoever was near Wyatt at the time, you see a rock roll and hit the ground.
They're jumping now.
Yep.
They jump at me.
Does it have a white mark on it?
I take a look. Does it have a white mark on it?
Yep.
Okay. Yes.
There's a puzzle here.
You take a look at the rock. If you do the test, you turn away and look back. The rock hasn't moved.
Okay.
You walk away, you walk around. Do another lap. You look down at the rock. The rock is still there.
And it still has a white mark on
So
it.
there's a white mark on it.
Okay. You kill the rocks apparently by stabbing.
I'm gonna stab every rock. Take my dagger, not my spear. I like my spear. I'm gonna take my dagger and just stab every single
Your
rock.
magic dagger.
Not the magic. I have other daggers.
You you do a necrotic strike against the dagger, and it melts.
And so this is we're in a Stonehenge, completely enclosed,
Mhm.
no access, but it's big enough that we can walk out of sight of each other.
Yes.
And we are on the outside edge of it?
Yeah, so you're on the outside ring.
Okay.
So
But
there's
we came
also like
into...
some sort of middle pillar.
There is some,
right?
there is a middle pillar that is completely enclosed, but
Yeah.
it does look like there may be something inside. It doesn't look.
anybody want to yeet me over the stone
He's the
or
eater.
on top of it?
Yeah, if you would insist.
I have a fearless athlete.
I mean, we're getting nowhere walking in circles, literally.
As you wish. Hold on. And I will attempt to yeet him.
Spear out, just in case.
You Superman pose with a spear.
That's kinda my
a
thing.
spear.
Yeah.
Throw you like a
Either
javelin.
Aquaman or Superman.
Roll athletics.
He's basically just throwing your spear and you're hanging onto it.
Yeah.
Thor rules.
24?
Yeah.
Okay.
You grab him by his belt and just like you look down at the rock. You're like, I don't want to hit him straight into the rock. So you overshoot and you throw him. You get flown up into the air, and you actually get a bird's eye view. So what you see is the path that you had been walking around is an outer ring of grass that connects with each other. And as you look down, you see rocks scattered along the outside ring that had been moving and chasing you guys. And you see the inside ring for the first time. It is not a full ring, but it is a clearing with water dripping up. And you land in the center of this clearing. And on the inside of this clearing, the walls around you are engraved in... Do you speak Sylvan?
Common halfling North.
Okay. You see, it looks elvish, but it's very... It's more flowy than elvish, which is something a little...
Elves love their flowy crap.
Yeah, elves love their flowy shit.
It's just a wavy line.
And
It's elvish
there
person.
are... This writing is forming images along with it, and you actually come to realize that the inner ring is not perfectly circular, but is hexagonal. And you see pillars along each of these corners that have green gemstones embedded into the wall. And at the center of this clearing that you're in is a pool of water that has a wave that reaches towards its center, and it's dripping up into the sky.
Normal water behavior.
Are you dead?
Can I hear him?
Yeah.
No, it's really weird in here.
I'm going to throw one end of my 50-foot rope up over.
Rope dangles over the edge.
Is there a place I can tie the rope off to nearby?
You can tie it off to yourself.
I weigh like 80 pounds, soaking wet.
There are a couple of loose rocks in here. You might be able to weigh down the...
I'm going to tie it to my spear.
Okay.
And then I'm...
Just going to bury the spear.
Well, hold on. Okay, I'm going to tie it to my spear. And I'm going to attempt to, brace the spear. I'm going to sink it in the dirt. I'm going to try and brace a bunch of rocks, and I'm going to, sit on it.
Yeah.
It's as...
You're gonna sit on the spear.
It's a... Well, and spin.
He's going to popsicle himself.
Yeah, it's... All right, I think I've got it braced.
I'm going to come up and over.
Yeah, and because the edge is there, some of the weight is taken off. So you realize that this might be good enough. You slowly take your own weight off of it, and the spear is staying.
Okay.
You vault over the edge, and you see what I had previously described.
I speak Sylvan.
Okay. You walk over on the inside, and you start reading the Sylvan. It's not...
Just Fey bathroom review.
For a good time, call Landria.
It's like the thing in the center is just a really fancy bidet.
Sit upon the Sylvan toilet. Experience divinity.
It's a bidet for the gods.
We are literally in a toilet basin.
Refreshing.
Nature's reclaiming, bro.
What we thought was Sylvan is actually the toilet bowl cleaner that box in the toilet.
It's a big toilet. Some sort of Spaceballs riff.
And the god is the god of earth and rocks because he's pooping stones all over the
He's
place.
pooping wandering
Yeah.
boulders. You enter into this chamber. The Sylvan on the wall is not traditional writing, as in it doesn't form sentences. It appears it more looks like enchantment, like it is describing spells. What you can glean
Sounds
off
like a detect magic.
what you can glean off of it from reading the writing, even without a detect magic, is that it looks like the walls and and primarily the pool that is at the center of this is enchanted to make rocks wander without being, or when they are not being observed, and it's purposefully designed to befuddle and confuse travelers.
Fuck wizards, man! There's nothing better to do than this bullshit.
How are you with magic and taking magic apart?
I know hitting wizards really hard with my spear usually works.
Can someone else please come across the barrier for us? We could use some assistance.
I'll try.
This
and
sounds
climb
like a
up.
goat problem.
Yeah.
I mean, the rope is still there tied off.
I'll climb over.
Yeah, I assume all of you,
Yeah.
one by one.
Okay.
You're like, there's a rope there. There's conversation happening.
And I'll walk them through the glyphs and the sigils.
Yep. It seems like the sigils, the glyphs, are a secondary enchantment along the wall. There's also those green gems that are embedded into the wall. Looks like the primary source of this enchantment is the like pool in the middle.
As a ritual, I'll cast detect magic.
Okay, you are getting conjuration,
magic.
divination.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out
Divination.
specifically if the So divination, conjuration.
Divination, conjuration, transmutation, and
Evocation?
not
Evocation? Moving of objects?
yeah, evocation. Yeah, evocation. So you get those four.
Okay, and specifically, is it like the gems, the pool, all of it?
So the writing on the wall
Mm-hmm.
is not magical. The gems are illuminating a transmutation field. The rest you're getting from the pool.
Okay. What happens if I go to one of the gems and try and pull it out?
You grab the gem, and much like I described earlier, you get that like high voltage feeling, that like tingling in your hand.
Do I stop? Can I stop before I actually?
You
touch
can
it?
stop before you touch
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, this one, these gems are pretty power packed. They're charged up.
Pink. Roll to hit.
Nope.
Nope.
5.
You strike the gem because it's inset into the wall. It's hard to miss.
Can I classify this as a reckless attack?
If you want to attack recklessly, you can.
I mean, I am hitting a
This kind of
magically
is.
charged. Nope, 7.
7.
It's better.
Roll the damage of your spear.
What is it? 1d6 plus
Yeah.
something. 5, I think. 4.
4. You're going to take 4 points of force damage as you are knocked onto your ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Giggling like a
worried about.
maniac.
The gems all pulse green, and the one that you struck seems to take this pulse and just fire it back at you.
Well, that was something.
And you're knocked onto your butt.
How deep is the pool in the center?
Do you look inside? You cannot determine depth by just looking. It is like looking into a silvered mirror.
There. Ooh. Is there there are rocks here, right?
There are no rocks in here. There's only a couple. There's
There's
only
small rocks that
there's
we
only
can
the
tie
small rocks that are currently that have been gathered and put on the bolt on the as the spear.
Can I take one of those and pitch it in there to see if it triggers anything?
You throw the rock in there, and the rock doesn't arc, and then floats up, and then it is deposited on the exterior of the wall.
Intriguing.
I'm gonna take my water skin
Mm-hmm.
and try and catch the drips. How big is this pool?
This pool is about maybe 4 feet in
Oh, cool.
radius.
Well, I'm just gonna reach over, fill it with whatever. At what point? I assume the bag's not attempting to be pulled up.
Yeah, as you put your hand over it, you feel the resistance, of your hand in the water skin beginning to float.
Get that relatively full. Pull it back. At what point does it reorient itself down?
So you fill it up a little bit, and you pull from the almost gravity well of this pool. Once you clear the edge, it
So is the well causing it, not the water?
it seems like the well.
The water
is
seems to
causing
be affected by the well as opposed to
The water.
it. The other way around. Yep.
Is the water still silvery once you pull it and I kind of decant a little bit?
No, it is perfectly clear and crisp.
Where does the water go? Up in it just
It
all
just
the way up into the sky?
Yeah, it just floats up and then evaporates
Okay.
before it leaves the height of the wall.
Fighting urge to pee in the
Pee in the Fey well.
So the bag didn't melt, didn't dissolve, nothing horrible to the bag. Put my hand in the water.
You put your hand in the water, you feel water. You put your hand in the mercury almost. There is that resistance of the surface tension and the cold wetness, and you stick your hand through the other side, and your hand is not wet.
Hold my breath, put my face in.
You put your face in and reorientate yourself, and your gravity flips.
Mm-hmm.
You are staring into a grove of trees. As you open your eyes, you are not underwater. You can see a pool around you that is dripping. Almost looks like there is a whirlpool in the center near where your head is.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Time of day at the other end.
Fuck, now you're not making me mad. I gotta look at the map really quick.
Tuesday.
While he's doing that, we'll head back. I'm going to assume this is Fey bullshit, because it always seems to be Fey bullshit.
Ooh.
It is a portal. We are on the underside of a whirlpool. And it is currently... See how it's mid-morning here?
Mhm.
It is
You
currently
broke God.
It is
currently-
sunrise.
on the other side.
Oh.
It is a far distance away.
Or another. I've heard of whole other worlds beyond ours, perhaps.
A whole new
Wait.
world.
Does that mean there might be things on there that nobody else has ever hunted before?
Possibly.
Almost
Wait!
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Can I try
Actually
to
took longer than I
grab?
thought.
Can I try to grab him?
I was
at
waiting
the-
for a natural end point.
There we go.
Can I try to just grab him before he completely
Roll
disappears?
roll acrobatics at disadvantage
I'll
because of how sudden it was.
Okay. Well, hold on one second before I
What
do
is-
then.
Acrobatics or athletics depends. Are you trying to grab him or tackle him?
Just grab him.
Okay.
But I will use borrowed knowledge real quick if I can do that. It is an action to cast it. I don't know if that.
So that would be you would have to cast it, and then
Okay.
this is like
Then
a
never mind.
reactionary thing.
All right. So disadvantage acrobatics. I do have a good acrobatics score, but at disadvantage it's just a 10.
A 10, you grab onto the his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just full send it into the?
Oh yeah, I'm like
Yeah, just you have his
spear
shoe.
spear out and I'm in. And
Yeah.
I was gonna say like contested acrobatics that's a 21. So
Yeah.
Well,
The only thing you have left of him
greased
is his
pig.
shoe.
Yeah. I'm
As-
just like, I tried, y'all.
Well, that's unfortunate. So he's dead.
It is.
Lost to the Fae forever.
you
Very-
stuck your head in it, it didn't hurt you. I'm good.
It's a very strange feeling to have your gravity shifted and then reversed on itself. It feels like if you were in a plane and it suddenly took a nosedive and then straightened out immediately. So there's that like lift and then you are seated again as you
You experienced 0G for a moment.
I've got a high con. I'm good.
you flow through the other side of this pool and dive through the other end and land on a grassy bed. Your feet are still on the inside of the pool, and in fact, you see two little feet just.
Can somebody please put my shoe back on?
Oh, well, he's dead.
You don't hear anything.
I don't hear
And then
anything.
just
Okay,
tickles.
but I do see his feet hanging out. You said,
do
right?
see
Yeah,
the
I'm
feet,
gonna
yeah.
like
I'm just gonna kind of pop it back on his foot.
You hook it onto the tip of his toes before he can fully crawl to the other
stick the
side.
spear back through the other side just to see what happens.
You stick the spear back through the other side.
The blunt part.
Yeah.
Right in the chest.
Long live the king. Yeah, you see the haft of the spear come through the other side. You feel it being pulled away just from the gravity.
pull it back through.
The area
Oh, well,
that you're
he
in.
truly is lost to us all.
One moment.
You move on quickly.
Tis the nature.
I was the only one that was going to go help you kill the bandit camp. Where's the loyalty?
I'm letting you go
I
be a
hate
hero
to,
in your own world. In
I
a
do-
murder party of
As
one.
impulsive as his actions were,
I don't know if
if
he's
we
wrong.
can't find our way out of this loop of, this internal loop, this really is our only way out. It seems like. So
You haven't
I don't
done
know.
any inspection onto the runes.
I know. I'm not saying.
There's plenty
I'm
of
not
ways to
saying
try
let's
first.
do as impulsive as he is, but it is an option.
You are in a grove of trees. Their branches are intertwined like lashings of a rope. It is very early morning. The sun has just started to peak above the canopy that you're in. There is a morning fog that hangs very low to the ground, and you just see into depths of forest all around you.
Question. So my telepathic speech works on any creature within 30 feet of me that I share a common language.
You do not get any pings from your friends.
Okay.
You are
So the portal does not provide a loophole
It's
of various
It
types.
is not like a wormhole. Through the depths of the forest, just at the far end of your vision, you swear you can see things moving around you, although they don't seem to be particularly interested in you.
Hurtfully so.
Trees that are planted at the this ring around your portal do line up with the hexagonal pattern that was on the inside of the ring. So instead of it forming a circle, it forms a hexagon.
Okay. So I'm not actually an unintelligent barbarian. Can I reason that either that is an illusion and this is a reality, or vice versa?
The main things that happen with illusions is that typically when they're interacted with physically, they fail. What's your intelligence score?
13.
13? Yeah, you're able to discern that what you saw, what you experienced, was not an illusion.
Okay.
It felt more like mischief.
Okay.
What does mischief feel like?
It feels like you're getting fucked with.
It feels like anytime I get angry and like the gods were like, "Here, have flaming firebolts fire out of your ass," like that.
Yeah.
This is what it's like when you fuck a stranger in the ass.
I will poke my head through and see if he's, been eaten by a sylph or something.
You poke your head through. You see a head poke out of the.
Ah!
You see Gaius.
God, that's disturbing.
Oh, good, you're not dead yet.
No, I will be if y'all don't get over here. Look at this; it's a beautiful grove. Weird though.
So immediately, I pop my head in next. Any weird mushrooms?
The 6 trees that match the 6 standing stones, are there any markings on those trees?
It doesn't appear so.
Nothing related to like where the stones are, similar spots. They just happen to be a tree in the same spot as the standing stones.
The tree in the same spot, the same distance away from the pool.
Okay.
It looks like without further investigation, that's all you're able to discern.
I'll poke my head into.
Yeah, so all of you except for you.
We're like really just all jammed there together.
Like
Yeah,
four.
If everyone starts cramming their heads or we get stuck, I will climb through and go look at one of the things and carry on.
Pickpocket.
Roll sleight of hand. And who are you targeting first?
The rich
I
one.
dare you to rob me.
Probably, actually, it probably would be guys. That is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Perception.
Yeah, you can roll perception. See if you feel it.
19.
19.
Oh,
Uh, You lift 4 gold off of Gaius' body.
You get his loose change.
Because as practiced adventurers, you all know that you should carry coin in multiple pouches along your body. You don't just have one
Yeah.
wallet.
Well, I don't, but I also don't have any coins. So
Well, someone as rich as Gaius who may walk through parts of town where people
he has a
don't travel.
person who carries it for him.
He does.
Traditionally, yes. They were just off back home, back in the city, telling everyone how awesome I am.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job.
Paid them well. They better be.
I hate that guy.
As a cat
We
goes.
gave you a horse.
You crawl. You stick your arms through and pull yourself up and through the portal, and yeah, completely different atmosphere. You walk over to one of the trees.
I'm gonna check out one of the trees.
As he's going to walk over to one of the trees, I pull back out and I go over to the gem that correlates to the tree that he was walking towards.
Okay.
And I'm going to hide or stealthily make my way to where you said there was an opening, and at the other end of that opening, I could see figures kind of moving.
Yeah.
around.
So it looks like the trees form. What's the best way to describe? Like arches.
Archways?
So yeah, archways that go further into forest.
Oh, this is deep Fable shit.
Yeah, this is some Fey realm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
This is the Fable
Wait,
Sears
did-
catalog.
Like
I'm
maybe
in
to
a-
a different place.
It's not that recursive.
Is it like
I
is
got
it like that
switched,
little
right?
grove in the Nightmare Before Christmas? We're about to go to different.
What is this rabbit?
No, I have a solution. We unleash the Arsonist horse. He'll take care of it.
What, throw the horse into this land?
So-
So
Horse.
spread your
Yes.
spread your
Horse.
ideals, spread your doctrine.
Problem solves itself.
The horse stands up on its rear legs, looks over at you, and speaks in perfect Cherokee. It's like,
It takes its hooves off like little gloves with little hands. That's the creepiest thing.
That's the we're gonna live in there a while.
He's just like BoJack Horseman, really.
I got my grabbers out.
So yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
hide
I
and
think,
just
I think it's enough for this session. I think it's enough internet today.
You can roll stealth.
yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of hide out of the way because like the smart people who do the magic shit are figuring this out.
You're actually smarter than I am.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
Roll investigation.
Got it.
It's 19 for
19. You feel pretty confident that you're
16?
16 on investigation. You peer over to one of the trees, and at a distance, it just looks like standard tree. Looks like an oak tree.
Can I cross over to the other side and ritual cast detect magic?
You are absolutely flashbanged by just conjuration hell.
There's just like a bunch of
Like,
what's it called?
Jukebox's
Little
eyes are now
jukeboxes.
just sparkling.
Yeah.
Like you're going through just
Yeah.
like hyperspace. Like
Yeah, it's very like Doctor Strange getting knocked out of his body.
on an investigation of 16, you peer over one of this oak tree. You walk closer, and you actually start taking in the wood grain, and you recognize that this tree isn't a tree. Its bark isn't going in a uniform grain. As you look down, it looks like this tree is actually a cluster of finely woven vines, as if it was crafted by the hands of mortal men and made to resemble a tree.
Freaking
And
wizards.
then under, through,
It's too tightly woven
that's
for you
his
to
thing.
penetrate with your hand alone.
I'll pull out a dagger.
You pull out a dagger, you start prying into it, and you notice that it is a shell. And you poke your dagger in and you start prying it.
If a xenomorph pops out, we see what
I'm trying to be generally gentle to not piss off more of the Fae than we already have, but
The tree doesn't seem to resist that much. Tree. And you pry open a little bit and look inside, and how do you describe a vasculatory system of a tree?
do you want the actual answer?
No, more like you look inside, and much like you would see on the inside of a person, you see vines and roots and...
Is this a tree écorché?
Kind of. You look inside and you see just...
Écorché.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't want to see dumb and ask.
I love these things. You have seen them. Take a body, take all the skin off. There you go. That's an écorché. Generally done through for anatomy study, or as a don't fuck with us because we'll do this to you, but you do different levels. Exactly, just boredom. But you'll find them in museums occasionally, and just anatomy studies. So yeah, it's just a peeled person's the common one you'll see, but you could do it out of anything.
That's what you see. And
Mike's like, but why though?
located at a similar spot to where you saw the gems, you see a oaken heart that is just.
Is it warm?
I'm going to eat it.
You do you reach out and touch
Never
it?
have I wanted to eat something more.
It is the same temperature as the landscape around you, so just like the slightest bit of a bitter cold that is slowly warming.
In Sylvan, I will ask if we would like to carry on our travels.
It stops beating.
You killed it.
The gems
Out back on the outside.
fade a little bit.
I reach and try to touch one of the gems while it's faded.
It's cold.
I try to pull it out.
Roll strength
Okay.
or athletics.
Like you said, let's let the smart people poke the things. I'm gonna try and investigate. He's like, I'm gonna break it. Rip.
I'm just gonna see what happens. I might put it back in.
Because that's how that works. I took his
that's-
spleen out. I pushed it
12.
back in the same spot.
12. The gem pops out of its recess a little bit, although you're not able to fully pull it out. You see this oaken heart shrivel and turn into solid wood. And you realize as you're like looking in, as you peeled open, you are now looking inside into the internal configurations of just wood. It's hollow in some places. You see like what internal organs would look like, but they're all solid pieces of wood now.
When I realize I can't quite get it
Fable
out,
shit.
I'll try and push it
God,
back
it's fable
in.
shit.
You try to
You know what's even worse
push
than
it back
wizards?
in.
Fucking fangs.
Uh,
Everyone needs a fucking job.
Are you trying to push it back in so the enchantment continues, or are you just trying to reset it?
Reset it.
Roll me a percentile dice.
Okay.
That's never a good time.
No. Keep in mind, I have no idea what he's doing on the other end. I'm just like,
You pop through, right?
Yeah,
34.
I'm still walking around in there.
You're walking around. 34.
Mm-hmm.
You push the gem back in. The gems all resonate in the green glow. The gem that you pushed in flickers and dims entirely, and the other gems glow brighter.
Weird.
What happens to the other side? Like, do I see anything going on with the trees?
You look on the other side. The trees, you see they're like, I imagine you've walked over to one of the trees. You see Gaius halfway inside of a tree.
Yeah.
I'm talking to it.
Well, he's still on the stone side, right?
No, he came through.
He popped through.
Oh, okay.
So the only one, are you over as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so all of you are over on this side of the world.
I'm still team eat a tree heart.
Yeah, so you're looking at it as well. You walk over to the tree, and once it's pointed out, you can see the finely woven bark and these vines. And as the lights increase in density, the vines decrease in size and gain their thread count, as if it had been more finely crafted. The tree that you're in starts to slowly brown.
I want to just repeat the same thing that he said to the tree because I can, because I'm a king. He just hears his voice from across the.
So at the same time that he's doing this, I'm gonna pop in and in Abyssal, I'm just like, I'm gonna eat you.
So Gaius, a lizard head just pokes out right next to you and screams next to your ear.
This is nothing I'm not used to at this point.
You scream at the dead oak heart.
No, I was doing it to.
To a living one.
Oh,
Wait,
to a
when
tree.
he does it? No, when
Yeah.
he does it, I'm going right next to head jukebox.
Oh, okay.
So wait, you're gonna eat?
Roll
Which of
roll
them?
persuasion, roll intimidation.
Look on me.
I would go to.
It's like, are we about to lose?
Yeah.
Are we about to lose jukebox or the heart of this tree?
The heart's the aperitif, and
Since
then
I'm using the exact same thing he does, can I get any kind of advantage?
It's a flat
on that?
10.
You get advantage, I'll say. I'll say it's like your help. This Gaius is helping you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That wasn't. That was not Abyssal. That was Primordial.
Primordial?
Yes.
Okay, you can still roll
I did. It's
a 10.
Yeah.
22.
Okay.
We offer you a 22.
What can I get for a 22?
Well. So you scream out in primordial. Do you do any specific dialect, or do you default to Aquan?
No, I'd probably default to Aquan.
I will drown you.
Zoidberg.
Somebody actually, after he was
It's big now.
How close are Druidic and Sylvan as languages?
They are part of the same language category. Some like Romantic languages, like how English and French are close.
Actually, English is not romantic. English is Germanic. So it'd be more like Spanish and
Spanish
and
and
French.
Yeah, Spanish and French.
You're technically correct. That's what I'm correct.
Yeah.
I live for actuallys.
Actually.
Actually, you're wrong. And
sorry, that was pretty awful.
no, it's fine. I don't
No,
care.
no.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Is everyone lining up to actually?
With a 22 on persuasion, the branches, aside from the dead tree, all sway in synchronized motion. It seems like these trees are calm, except for the dead one.
Damn, he's really hammering that home. I still feel a little guilty about that one now.
Oh, I need to check to see if the portal is still stable. 91 percentile. It should be.
Oh, trapping everybody. We've trapped everybody on the other side.
I need to.
The
It's
normal
a.
end of the adventure.
It's not that high of the DC to get it. Yeah, it's fine. The portal still remains.
I think when the trees start to whine, like, I'll just be like, Wyatt!
So seeing what Gaius and Kenku and Jukebox did, and kind of seeing that seems to be having some kind of effect, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll do that. I'm going to go to whatever tree I happen to be nearby, and halfling try to repeat the same thing that I've heard them each say.
Okay, you can roll persuasion.
You're trying to, in another language, say something in a third language that you don't know.
Wait, what language did you
It was
say?
Sylvan.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, he
okay.
speaks
Nope.
Sylvan.
Oh yeah, no, it was straight up Sylvan.
Well,
Yeah.
you can still say in halfling if you like.
Well, I have no idea what they said.
Gotcha.
I didn't say what
I would want to believe that you're just trying to say what it is. Like if someone said something in like Romanian and you're like, "Who's from?"
I will. I do clearly understand that they are communicating in some language to the tree. I actually wasn't even in the room when I heard when they were saying. So I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, what's the deal there, tree? Like,
What's up, tree?
How's it going, friend?
I'll proceed to.
How's it hanging?
as
You
they're
go to the
doing
different
stuff.
trees. It seems like
16 if it's persuasion."
16. It seems like the question has been heard and the trees are paying attention. You've got their attention.
After a while
have
of realizing that
Yeah.
things aren't happening outside anymore, I'll also head back into the yeah.
Oh wait, you're on the stone side?
I was on the stone side.
Oh.
You pass through the mercury
Yeah.
pool.
Has
And
anything
I-
happened on that side?
Yeah, the gym started to dim, so I thought maybe it would be a good time to try and take one, so I did. But I
Sounds
couldn't
like
get it out.
Adventure reasoning right there.
would you do that?
Because I'm trying to get us out of this whole thing.
So you decided to fuck with it.
That's how you get out of
Why
stuff.
would you do this? Can we ban him from poking the things?
I mean, he's got a really fancy fiddle he got from.
That's nice. He can serenade the magic ritual.
But that's kind of like his thing.
Is that
Actually,
if
that's
you-
not a bad
if you-
idea.
Is that why the tree
Breaking
Hey,
out of
I-
a trap is a perfectly valid way of getting out.
Well, wait a minute.
Is that why the tree died?
You got your fiddle.
I didn't know
That-
the tree died.
that-
Sorry,
that-
I'm sorry I killed the tree, but
Did
I'm
we
just
see
trying to get us out.
Did we see the creature that the devil, demon, whatever, his patron? I
No,
remember we were on the
sleep,
boat.
sleep.
Everyone
I'm
was
going
in
to
deep
very
sleep.
quickly look around, start apologizing for the behavior of my companions in Sylvan, and pray the Fae don't eat us.
It's more along the lines of like, oh,
I'm gonna threaten the Fae.
Well, it's like-
if they come here, I'm gonna eat them right back.
you look around and recognize the standing of the situation. The trees, killing one of the trees and then asking them got their attention. Whether or not that's a good thing. So you're like, All the trees are currently synced and just swaying with one another.
The dead one.
The dead one
What
is
about
dead.
the creatures that were ambling around out?
You start looking out, you see that the creatures that were wandering at the far ends of vision have just stopped.
This is why we don't start ripping things out randomly,
I thought if
especially when Fae are involved in magic things.
I didn't know any Fae were involved.
It was written in Sylvan on the walls.
No one told me what it was written.
It's
in.
true. Nobody
Did I do
Just says
that?
fuck mortals YOLO.
Oh, this can be very bad.
Weird stuff happens in Hargonfel.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, normally getting out of a physical trap, I would agree with you. The problem is, once you have a magical ritual going, if you start pulling things out, it could go bang.
All right, I tried to put it back in. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Okay, so we have sway.
You have swaying. The trees are listening to you guys.
Trees are swaying.
The trees.
I will
Do
start
you want
playing a very gentle rhythm along with the swaying of the trees. How about
But
that?
you can't see that because you're still.
No, I can't.
No,
see
he
across
came
the-
over.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Someone should still be at Rock World though. I feel.
No one currently is.
I'll pop on back then.
You pass through the mercury.
First bath I've had in a while.
I'm just trying to calm the trees down.
It's you follow along, you're like, oh, they're playing, and you match the note. It is swaying, and as you are matching the note, it is almost like sharp, like
Like it's affecting my performance somehow.
no, just like you have
Sonically?
translated the swaying of the trees
Oh,
to
yeah.
music, and the
Uh-huh.
music sounds like it is resting on a knife's edge.
Okay.
Can I attempt to do some persuasion?
Well, what do you say
Sorry.
first?
We have stumbled into here by accident. We do not wish to continue to be here. I apologize for the behavior. If there's a way we can make it better, we simply wish to move on to the Fey equivalent of the temple that we were going towards on
Yeah,
the other side.
we didn't come here by accident. Aren't we here to like go do something?
We're here by accident. We want to be over there intentionally. Stumbled into the thing. Go the thing.
Yeah, semantics.
The trees sway and it starts to break from its synchronized pattern, and the swaying and rustling of leaves translates into Sylvan as you hear,
Do you want the persuasion check?
this is going to be more of a conversation,
Oh,
and then
cool.
further on I will ask for a persuasion check.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna play a
You're gonna lay
bardic
down
inspiration.
There we
so-
go.
There you go. You're going to lay down a sick beat.
Yeah, exactly. And then so you have a moment of inspiration. Also, if you use it,
Just the Fey equivalent of Uptown Funk.
Uptown.
what's it called? It's if you use it, I think you roll it twice, and you get to take the higher of the two. D6 at this point still.
Okay.
I am now sitting in a grove of trees that are
Speaking.
apparently swaying
Jamming.
angrily while being serenaded by both of our bards.
What is the effects in Rock World?
Mhm.
What's the effects in Rock World?
You look over in the rock world. You're in the interior ring. Because the portal did not collapse, everything seems to be
They're going brighter or anything like
the gems that one of the gems is got dull. It's no longer active. The other gems are glowing brighter though. It looks like the power has been distributed.
And is there any noise or sound or anything on this side of it?
It's very quiet. You just hear the booping of the mercury pool.
So what do the trees say?
You are in the court of Kessler Call.
Sort of writing all these names down.
Yeah. The Lord of Oaken Hearts. Here is his passage from this world into the next. Why have you come here?
It was not our intent to come here. We were simply traveling through and stumbled into a Stonehenge of some sort. Upon investigation, we've entered this realm by mistake. We simply wish to carry on and not disturb you any further.
The ley line of power. A nexus
to bleed into this part of the world. If you wish to not disturb us further, return to where you have come from and leave the Nexus.
How may we leave the Nexus?
Our Lord of Oaken Hearts designed the Nexus to befuddle and bewilder travelers.
Get a job.
They have the time.
More than enough time.
I hate these guys.
Understanding how this puzzle of the Nexus works will reveal your way out. We ask that you do not continue to deharmonize the portal or the ley lines.
As you wish. It is true, he has certainly befuddled us by quite a bit. He has done well in his skills.
He is very proficient. Leave now, lest the satyrs grow hungry.
I don't know. I think I'd take a place later.
The trees continue going back into their synchronized wishing.
We're leaving. Now. Through the portal. Now. And don't touch anything else here before they send everything after us and try to eat us. Let's leave. Let's go.
We should probably go now.
Let's go. Let's go. I'll be behind you all.
But what about the temple?
There will be-
What about the Minotaur?
That's what we're
He's
going
like
towards.
pushing.
Oh, okay.
He's like pushing towards the children. We should probably go now. In your own voice.
Back to the portal. Don't touch anything. Back to the portal. Back to the portal. Ley lines and Nexus. Bad things to be here. Let's go.
Are there anything? There's nothing fancy in here for me to take for a.
Not within the inner ring.
Damn.
Is there an acorn on the ground, perhaps anywhere?
Roll perception.
Can I roll 2? Because I'm looking
You
for
can roll
20?
perception. You got a natural 20.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, you can roll as well.
23 off a natural 19.
So with you're looking for an acorn.
I'm looking for a trophy.
A
something.
trophy.
Yeah.
There is a gnarled stick that is on the ground, made of the same interwoven, like threaded bark.
So it's unique to this. It's not like a. It's not going to look like a stick anywhere else.
When you pick it up and look at it, you realize that if you took enough time, you could unwind the stick.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. You look down at the ground, and you find an acorn.
I'm going to plant the acorn just in front of where the now dead tree is, while saying, "I'm sorry."
You're simping hard for the Fae, bro.
No, I'm trying to piss them off.
Shit, fuck, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just reach down real quick.
I actually will spend 10 lay on hands on the tree, see if that also helps.
On the dead tree or on the acorn that you just planted?
5 and 5.
You put them on the tree, and you don't detect a living creature, so
Okay, cool.
you can't spend it. The acorn, however, the soil glows green a little bit and then dims.
No.
And you all pass through the mercury pool once more. Jukebox, you flip through the other side, and the gravity starts taking you away. Damn it!
I can fly again.
I was definitely like, this is flight. I got it back.
So just replace.
You just hear jukebox.
I just imagine you as Opus the Penguin now.
So, I am going to be in the water and let it just carry me up and over if it's strong enough to get me out of the center ring.
It pulls you up, and then deposits you onto the exterior ring. So you are in the exterior ring, while the rest of the party is in the interior.
Well, I'm whoever. I don't know if I have enough oomph to get out of this water at my. I'm actually a really weak barbarian.
I have a 16 strength. I can eat you.
If you just sit in the pool and let the gravity take you, it'll lift you up and deposit you on the exterior ring.
I kind of want to actually go onto the lip of the two.
Okay, you can do that.
If I can, manipulate my
Wait,
So I'm.
when we're up there, can we see the other side of the outside ring?
Mm-hmm.
And so is there an actual height?
There is a height, but it merges almost seamlessly into the cliff face. So you see the outside ring that is around you. You are imagine someone had taken a quarter and pushed it into sand, like just sheer cliff face around you.
Okay.
The rocks have since moved after your investigation. However, the scored rock is still where it has been left.
Kill the rocks.
Now, with the 5 of us, can we get enough distance around the circle to keep an eye on each other while we're still traversing the circle?
You can. Is that what you all do?
Yeah.
You gotta line up with the trees or the gems.
There's 6 of them, 5 of us. That's more of gonna.
There's only 5 of them now.
It's more trying to minimize being out of sight of any, or having any of the rocks out of our sight as we
Yeah.
If all of
reverse
you
the circle.
keep eye on each other as you are all walking around the lip of the circle, eventually one of you, well, let's see who.
I'm on the top.
This is going to lead to some crazy stuff where we see ourselves, isn't it?
You reach out and touch
Yeah.
it.
Interstellar.
But as all of you are looking at each other as you're walking around the outer ring, I'll say, Husk. As you do a lap, Husk. Husk. No. Husk. As you are rounding the bend, you see a doorway on the exterior ring leading out.
I open it.
It's a doorway. It's already open.
Oh, okay. Okay, doorway.
And as
I take it?
each, you go into.
Well, yeah, I would do that like the standoff thing though, to like keep everyone in sight, and then like back through the doorway.
Yeah, as everyone slowly just winds their way back around, you all are now in front of an open doorway, which appears to lead out of this nexus.
So all that traveling the Fey realm did not seem necessary at all.
Nope.
Welcome to the Fae. It was never meant to
Husk
kill
has a
us.
headache.
Fucking wizards.
What's your name?
Yezio?
Yezio?
What's your name?
Wyatt.
What's your name?
Jukebox!
Okay, we're fine. Carry on.
Hey, can I have your name? Yeah, sure. Thanks.
God damn it.
Shit! Can I have a word? Yeah, what do you want? You don't know how to say grass anymore. Yeah, I went out and I mowed the
green pointy stuff.
They're not trees.
The little trees.
The little trees. You mean a
Ground carpet.
the ground carpet.
I am disappointed now that if it was just if it just led to the dead tree, I should have just taken the rest of the gem with me. I could have had the gem.
You assume the Lord of the Oaks would be okay with that.
He wasn't on that side of the world.
I mean, is he
Are
stronger
you
than-
sure?
Yeah, there is that whole effed up island.
An entire fucking
You
island.
really want to go there?
And you all leave this nexus.
We had chalk, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, we all have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say in giant letters in common, like "fuck the Fae" on the side of
Fuck
the
And you all walk up. You're back in reality. You walk up and around a bend, and I imagine one of you pokes your head back after you lose eyesight. And you look back, and there's just a road that continues on as if the nexus was never there.
Do I still have my gnarled stick?
You do have your gnarled stick.
Good. I want to see if there's a way I can turn it into the handle of a weapon.
Okay.
Not right now, but
It would make a pretty. You would be able to unwind the threads of bark and like these vines, and perhaps set on a like the biggest would probably be a short sword, or like a dagger. And you will continue on. So that was one of the 2 Fey events that you could have encountered.
Once we get about 15 minutes down the road, I cannot tell you how much I dislike the Fae. With every fiber of my being.
what's wrong with the Fae? They seem like fine.
You're welcome to go
That
back.
was all pointless. There was no point to
Oh
it.
no, there was a point. The Oaken Lord wished to be entertained.
Do you think he could see me?
Probably.
One of the gods like, oh.
He wasn't really paying attention to the conversation.
Was he the Ark Lord?
He just
Dwight
saw
the intern.
the birds.
One of the angels of massive eyes and rings is like,
Yeah.
oh.
Tried my
Disintegrates.
best. Yeah.
So we carry on.
And you do. And in fact, this road takes you up into an area that just is completely devoid of cliffs as you have ascended beyond them. And you are now on grassy, rolly hills.
Ground carpet.
Ground carpet.
Ground carpet. Ground carpet. And you see the Temple of the Bull God. It is dilapidated, overgrown, looks abandoned. Portions of it seem to have fallen in on themselves. It is constructed out of stone and wood. And it looks like the wood has buckled, and any structural support it had given had eroded.
So I just want to check.
Mm-hmm.
Hosk left his giving a shit in the Fey realm. I'm just like fucking boot open. Here, Minotaur, take your blood. Put the blood in the bucket.
If we see any room, there would obviously be like the Minotaur. I don't want to say boss arena, but boss arena.
The boss arena?
I am first going to ask you. Can I grab one of those mushrooms, please?
It is mine.
Did we? We
It
never
is
took a
part of
long
us.
rest, did we?
You had the long rest
Hosk,
before
oh,
you
we
has
did.
to
Okay.
arrive.
Just checking.
You can keep the other three. I just wish
before
to
you encountered the wandering boulders.
slap the
did
Minotaur
not.
a little more
I missed that,
aggressively.
sorry.
You're good.
Actually,
You can tell it's like
remember
breaks
it.
his heart a little bit.
I will actually wedge it into my armor in a similar spot.
You feel the roots grow.
Yeah, it's like a bucketed cotton.
Yeah,
I'm
welcome to
like,
the colony.
I don't know what's going on here, but I don't think I like it.
It's like the Venom symbiote just encapsulating Peter Parker.
I'm going to eat that and pop Wrathful Smite when we get the tingling of, oh, did we just autosave?
Well, before you can even you get to the entrance and you see a campfire has been established out front of the door, and it is smoking.
Ooh,
It is abandoned, but it looks like someone was here.
very recent.
Number of people?
There are. Why did I put this at the top of the sheet?
An adventuring party's number of people.
4 people.
You
You see spots on the ground where it looks like the grass had been laid
Ground
flat.
carpet.
The ground carpet has been laid flat. Dirt has been shoved off to the sides. The remnants of food. It looks like even some bits of ration had been left behind.
Does it look like there was a fight here, or that it was
Looks like someone had camped out in front of the temple before making their way in.
filthy bastards? Don't you know you clean up after your campsites?
Yeah, you see a Nature Valley rapper.
Fucking transients.
Have they ever heard of No Trace Camping coming
Yeah. Out of curiosity, given that we did see several of the other adventuring parties for the Hargonfel Path on the ship on the way there, and there's various points throughout, like, real person me, have a certain attitude toward camping and adventuring and a campsite, and I presume Yezio as a barbarian would also. He was like, is there an inkling of who else amongst the adventuring parties this might be based off of?
The gear here that was left behind. It looks like they didn't pack up everything.
Mine.
You just take up. You start taking shit.
Yeah.
You start taking stuff, and they're camping supplies. They are not as very well equipped.
Oh.
Doesn't look like they were. It's not professionally set. There is a modicum of disunity.
So this could be like the refugee party that came through.
Anything of actual interest or just like...
They're just basic. Like there's blankets and a pillow. The pillow kind of has a weird smell to it.
Is it a My Pillow?
It's like you pick up the pillow. It's like it's soiled a little bit.
Okay, never mind.
We just rub Haas against the pillow back.
Okay, they might come back, so I'm just gonna kind of rub myself with everything.
See, this is how we find out. We look around the town in a week and see who has pink eye, and there we go. That's the party.
Well, I suspect that they're in there, and I can just sneak in and go see. And if they've met some ill fate, oops. Maybe they're in need of assistance if we choose to provide it.
Can we get the list of songs that just set you off?
Every early 2000s song ever.
You distracted GM quickly. Who's got a pretty spirit song hit?
So, are we heading in, or how stealthy are you actually?
I'm pretty stealthy.
If you want to take a look inside first, if you really wish to go off by yourself and risk being squished.
I'm not going to go very far.
You want me to go with you? I can move a little stealthy too. I can get even more stealthy.
Don't you? Aren't you constantly playing a fiddle? How are you stealthy?
I
while
can
playing
choose not to play the fiddle at any time I decide.
You haven't so far.
You think I'm just always playing the fiddle everywhere you are?
10.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Wouldn't mind having some.
So I will cast Borrow Knowledge this time, which will let me have proficiency on stealth.
Yeah.
These guys are. What's their starting opinion? Oh, okay.
Jukebox is just like going through the campsite and throwing things in the fire that would be annoying to have missed.
You throw the soiled pillow into the campfire. It's not a fire anymore. It's just the smoking coals. But you toss it in there. It's going to be such a pain in the ass to clean it, though. You're going to have to get rid of all the years of sweat buildup.
And Haas.
And husk. Yeah, we're going to know that Husk has been there because there's a Last of Us. Cordyceps infection.
I think I owe them child support.
Next hour I'll have to.
I'll take like one of the tent spikes and just throw it
Which
30 feet away from the campsite.
It lands somewhere in the ground carpet.
Nice. You're stealthier than I am.
Yeah.
By twice.
Yeah. So I got a 22 on stealth.
22 on stealth.
12.
12 on stealth. Anyone else stealthing?
No.
No. Are you just walking in?
I'm a goat.
Are you waiting for these two to go for
That
their
was the
heads?
general standard.
Yeah.
They're going to go.
Gotcha. Are you going in as a goat?
I'm not.
Okay. Are you
I'll
stealthing?
save that for City
No, you're fucking around with the campsite.
Okay.
You throw it.
I'm just being like a real asshole.
You throw a tent spike. You see, it looks like someone left behind, like they had taken off their ring or something.
Yeah.
Before going to bed, you're like,
Just pocket it.
no. You could add a 2 copper ring to your inventory. That asshole.
I'm going to attempt to follow any tracks that I can find from the group as well to kind of trace their path through the...
So, let me go down to...
How big is this temple? We're talking like
It's like maybe cathedral sized.
single large central room type of thing?
Yeah. As you enter into the main chamber, it immediately splits off into a maze. But it looks like
Of course it does.
the adventurers that came before you had marked the walls in chalk.
Yeah.
And you just follow along. And eventually, the labyrinth winds its way into a large open chamber that is set into the ground. And you peer over the edge. What's their passive perceptions like?
It's a really good question.
Not high enough.
None of ours?
No,
there.
the
So-
rivals' passive perceptions. And you look inside this chamber. It is lit by these dark red burning braziers in 4 corners of the room.
Pretty standard evil guy stuff.
Yeah, pretty standard evil guy stuff. Set on the far end of the wall where one would expect there to be an altar. An altar has long since been destroyed and turned into a pile of skulls and bones. And hanging from the ceiling is a what you immediately recognize a symbol of Baphomet. Yep.
What's he doing here?
It's a fiddle.
Yeah, it's just a big golden fiddle.
Fiddle with bull horns sticking
horns that
out
come
of
out.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
it's
like the
fucking
most
metal,
It's
dude.
the most metal fiddle ever. Kisses fiddle.
And in the center of the chamber, there has been obviously a scuffle. a fight,
A scuffle.
a scuffle, a little bit of a disagreement.
Powder up.
And you see this absolutely enormous minotaur who has this wiry, muscular definition. One of their horns is cracked and has been repaired with this red, glowing, almost like epoxy, who is bleeding everywhere and is
It's pre-bled.
Easiest mission ever.
who is unconscious and has their hooves, their hands, embedded into the ground as they had steadied themselves. And you see a group of 4 adventurers are wrapping themselves up in bandages, and it looks like they're taking a pretty sizable vial, flask, and filling up it with blood
too
with a
easy.
stopper, and they're having a conversation with
So
themselves.
What is our position relative to these guys?
So you are...
We are outside.
Yeah, you guys are all outside.
Oh,
This
that's
is
right.
You
Nina's
guys
room.
are outside. You two are overlooking what once would have been a balcony or and like an observation deck has collapsed in on itself and now is a ramp that leads down into this main fighting chamber.
Sick.
Do you have any way of messaging back to
I
the...
do
I
not.
assume we're more than 30
You are
feet
more
away.
than 30.
Yeah, I don't have message or sending or anything. Sadly.
You look down. They're having a conversation with each other, and I can describe them a little bit. The most competent of them is this older individual. They have a breastplate on. They have a shield and a long sword that is currently stowed. One of their legs looks completely ruined, probably from a previous accident or.
You say these
unfortunate
guys look
event.
like they're all bandaged up, like they just got out of a fight.
Well,
maybe?
Yeah, they
they're
look-
in
yeah.
the process of bandaging.
They're in the process of healing themselves.
Okay, before they can heal themselves anymore.
Are we the baddies?
Fireball.
we need that blood before they do.
Fireball.
No, I'm not gonna cast fireball. I'm gonna cast sleep.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong, I'm
Totally
not
took a
against
turn
this.
for... Yeah.
I'm not against the murder plan.
Okay, you can roll sleep.
Okay, I can get an area of 90 feet.
Yeah, that covers them.
Okay. So I'm
Man, I
doing-
forget about sleep. This is a really good use case for it.
Yeah. Let's see. 5d8.
I have a story to tell about sleep and what my party members for today did.
Wait, can I get 2 more d8s? 11, 13, 17, 18.
18.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you cast sleep, and do you just like play a little bit of your fiddle?
Yeah, just very lullaby, very softly. Yep.
One of the individuals looks like they are some sort of apprentice, or they are also pretty decently armed and armored. Who's standing next to the older gentleman? Who's looks around. They're gonna make an active perception check.
Okay. God, I couldn't even get one.
No. It's just like, what the fuck? And starts looking around, and
I stopped.
you hit the ground.
Yep.
And they're a little bit on edge. One of them has this enormous great sword that they draw from their scabbard and looks around. The older gentleman puts his hand up and like, there's no need to be casting spells or anything. You can listen. We're not trying to fight anyone else.
Do we hear that whole...
Sounds like the skin suit from Men in Black 1. He's a skin suit, guys.
I'm gonna make my way back to the rest of the folks, and then when I get within about 30 feet, I'm gonna reach out to Gaius's mind, and be like, "Hey, party's here. They're all beat up. They've got the Minotaur down, and they're collecting blood."
Oh, wonderful. It makes it easier for us to take it from them then. Fantastic.
Yeah, they're looks like they're resting and recuperating, but
We'll be there in a moment. Gentlemen, we are needed in the temple. If I could get some
Hoss likes
assistance,
to be
please.
needed.
Box like jumps up. He's got his little crossbow.
I'm not staying exactly where I was. I'm going to like just kind of like crawl out of sight, hopefully in the shadows, to a new spot.
Can I get
Just waiting for them to get back.
Spire?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. You have what, 3 a day?
Yeah, so you got one more. Cool.
I'm doing the
Tell
Arkham
me
Asylum
before
thing,
we go
like
in.
trying to zip around to a
Yeah.
different location because
They don't know where you are, but they
Yeah.
know that someone is here.
Yeah.
As we get closer, pop in the mushroom.
Okay, you start glowing.
So, is Hosk going to voice
roll
of
a con
reason?
save for me.
It's really strange for Hosk.
Yeah, roll a con save.
19, 20? So that's 3, 20?
Yeah, that succeeds. So you
Okay.
eat it. Your stomach immediately does not agree with it. You're like, You just
It's
force
fine.
it
Came off a husk.
And then casting Wrathful Smite in case this is necessary to turn into a fight. We'll be prepared. Hopefully it won't go there. But
yeah. You walk in. You make yourself publicly known. Well, you can't sneak because you're glowing.
not trying. Nor could I be able to.
These 4 of them are doing a semicircle around the unconscious Minotaur.
And
We get to there?
Yeah, you all get there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm remaining hidden, but I'm going to kind of work my way around. Yezio doesn't have any intention of killing. There's no honor gaining killing refugees, but yeah,
If a fight happens.
yeah.
So, humanoids.
They appear to be primarily human. Looks like one of them is a half elf.
Also, Hosk was saying something about being the voice of reason, and I kind of want to hear what that was.
Oh no, I was Hosk. I thought we were all just gonna like fucking jump him, and I'm like,
No.
even my Hosk there is a little fucked up. Okay.
Husk doesn't
My hope was that they would just all fall asleep. We go down and take the vial.
I
I get the
did
hell
one
out,
of them,
but it didn't work that way.
No
I
judgment.
just, like eat a leg or something. That was like,
No judgment.
This guy's leg was already mangled.
Dumbing a leg, yeah. You make yourself publicly known as you all walk in.
Gentlemen, we here seem to have come at a bit of an impasse. My name is Gaius Gnaeus Quintilis Aurelius.
there's not a lot of blood left down there. That's a juicy Minotaur.
It is a very juicy Minotaur.
Milk the Minotaur.
Well,
We're still up top, they're still
Blood
down
type,
there.
okay.
yeah. My bucket needs
It is, in
Don't
fact,
mind Hosk. Just acts like Hosk not here.
you've all done a wonderful job, and I must commend you on your defeat of the Minotaur. Is it still alive?
The Minotaur, we understand the circumstances of the mission that Lady Claudia had given us.
Fantastic. Well, seeing as we also came here to deal with the Minotaur as well, we will be taking the vial of blood. You'll be compensated for your actions however you wish. But we will be taking it.
Well, we have reached a bit of an impasse. We signed up with Lady Claudia to ensure that this blood was returned to her. We are.
Do you kind of love her?
I mean,
She's
she's
a bit of a crush on
a
that.
little bit of a crush,
There you go.
but
And Lady Claudia's
as-
voice, like again, the jukebox is just like, kill your competition and steal.
As we can all clearly see at this point, you have taken a significant beating and bruising. We have not. We spent the day walking in circles and talking to rocks. So this can go one of a few ways. Either you can be compensated and we can take it for you, and there's still plenty of time that you can go deal with some of the other issues around town. Or we will be taking it. You may outnumber us at the moment, but you do in no way outstrength us.
So this is the way this is going to go. I'm going to symbiotic infection behind him in full view of these guys. And just grab- Glowing mushrooms and all.
Now,
Jukebox repeats those sounds and just like
like a necromorph.
as you can clearly see, my associates have much less patience. They have been dealing with certain fey bullshit during the day and have a great deal of violence to get out of them. I'm tempted to avoid this violence, hence my desire to talk first. That's a 2. That's it. I'll go with the 2. 25 persuasion.
How much are you willing to compensate for the blood?
10 gold?
10 gold is far too little for the amount of effort we put into here.
Understandable. Therefore, we have it then continue to. What are you looking for? This is how discussions go amongst gentlemen.
We all look around at each other. I start having this whispered conversation like,
Offer them the blood bucket.
It is a very nice blood bucket.
we only accept
Or two-headed bass.
80 gold pieces or equivalent.
Oh, come now. While I can understand that value, I can see that you are not of the most... What is the phrase? Beggars can't be choosers?
Well, unfortunately, in this case, we have what you want.
You are currently in possession of what we would like, and we are offering 40 gold or excessive violence.
Truly excessive.
I've seen him eat a manhole. It was terrifying.
The one with the greatsword puts their blade on the neck of the unconscious Minotaur. Unfortunately, we can only do a minimum of 60.
If you think you can threaten me by doing that, I can just fix it.
You have to get down here first. We don't want violence, but
42 gold.
55.
42.
50.
45.
48, no lower.
40.
48.
If you want to try and push it.
Have you considered being incorporated by spores?
While this is going on,
Now,
do I
let
feel
me
like
explain. I don't have all the cash on hand. I can give you 20 gold piece gemstone, a lovely stone we picked up earlier. I will give you 10 gold in cash, and I'll show you who I am and my associates and how you can attain any further wealth. Because you must understand, this area is not the most wealthy of areas. If you walk around with excessive money on you, it is likely to be taken from you.
How about this? 50 and we drop out of the competition.
50 and you get employed.
What are you suggesting?
I am always in need of assistance. You seem to be in dire need of some help at the moment. I have 3 individuals currently back in town working on different things, plus an additional man, I believe, back at the boat. We may have a horse, but he's a bit of an odd individual. I don't trust his motives.
Arson.
He may be an arsonist horse. So, 20 gold piece gemstone, 10 gold in cash, continued employment. And then as we go through, we can pay off more of that debt.
I'm going to use the wand of prestidigitation to just make it look like the one with the greatsword has wet himself.
The problem is, their clothes are already so soiled. And you have found the owner of this soiled.
So, Nick, since I'm in the Temple of Baphomet, do I feel any
you
surge
feel
of my powers or closer to...
not a surge of power, but like a parental protection for the Minotaur.
He's not mad. He's just disappointed.
Like that is like you're looking at your own child. Like,
Well, I mean, it's not like, I have a sort of an adversarial relationship with Baphomet to a certain extent.
Also his own child.
Is it still just is it like instinctual, I guess you're
it
saying?
is like an instinctual
Yeah.
like you looked at the Minotaur, and when this woman with the great sword put the blade to his neck, it was like oh, I'm about to effing kill this person.
Yeah. It's like a sibling thing where like, hey, I can make fun and beat up my brother, but you can't touch him.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what do you think of that offer?
I'm still holding off to see what happens here, yeah, but I'm getting ready in case someone tries to hurt the Minotaur, I guess then.
30 now, with the gems and the gold, and we give you the vial.
And the offer of employment. Put your sword down. As you see it, while I am armed, I simply have nothing in my hand other than my shield. You just come and go shake on it, and contracts can be written up in time.
Only you come down.
Understood. Only I come down, yes?
Sure.
I will
Can I
do.
eat that guy's leg?
I think
He's not even using it.
We'll talk.
I really need that guy's
The desperate refugees are, they aren't pulling out their weapons except for the one with the greatsword who is just, they are ready if you try to pull something, but
Oh yeah, legit no intention to. I want to hire these men and continue making my little clan.
Yeah. One of them just puts their hand on their sword and walks halfway out.
I wait until the greatsword lowers from the Minotaur.
Yeah. Goes down. It's touching the ground now.
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. And I will.
He shakes your hand.
I pull out the 20 gold piece gemstone. And I pull out 10 gold coins.
They take it. The rest of the refugee party looks like this is the most money they've ever seen.
4 gold. I had the money here this morning.
You might not notice yet.
Yeah.
That's after.
Okay. Looks like
The older
almost later.
individual produces almost looks like a decanter and hands it over to you.
And it's the same matching magic-y looking thing as
Yeah,
the
it's
one we have.
this like red bloody.
It's comparable at least.
Yeah, comparable.
They're not trying to go just here's a jar of goo.
I've got a jar of blood. I've got a jar of blood. They produce it out for you.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure doing business.
Of course. And I will instruct them as to where to meet for my associates. Tell them, hey, we are now, working with you, yada, yada, yada. All the fun, really boring legal conversations.
The name's Ezekiel, by the way.
Pleasure, gentlemen.
Except the spores.
Part
of the contract.
Now that it looks like it's all peacefully resolved, Yezio's going to stand out from roughly behind them with both of his daggers in his hand. He's just going to hop down into there. Oh, that was a good thing that went well.
So I specifically said, no more of us will come down, anything along those lines. 'Cause, I assumed he was there somewhere being a little murder hobo.
No, just look around and just like, oh yeah, this would have been a fight.
And go make sure the Minotaur is doing
The Minotaur is
alive.
stable.
That's the important thing.
Yeah, it looks like
Can I plant myself on the Minotaur?
it would potentially decrease its. It might unstabilize it. If you're trying to plant it in a way that I think that you're going to plant.
Is Haas talking about sodomizing?
Jesus, no!
Sweet Lord of Hosts.
No, just want to implant my own essence into him permanently.
Why does that sound like
Why'd you have to
sodomizing
make
at
it
all?
sexual?
That's totally not.
I just want to sit on him.
Just want to rub up a little against him. It's normal.
Just normal mature shit.
just normal dudes, just mean guys.
I think I see the look in Hosk's eye even from across the room. And at this point, I'm like, I come out and I'm like, Hosk, no. No.
Do they have any? I'll ask, do you have
You'd be a
you picked
credit
up
to
any
his
artifacts by
hive.
chance? Have you picked up any
Perhaps so,
artifacts?
We've picked up a
I get the
couple
feeling
Along the way,
this one's not to be spoiled.
We encountered
Can I plant a little on you?
another group of travelers who had they had come up here. They were I think they were escorting a caravan, something along those lines.
Yes.
They had left some items behind. It looks like they encountered some bandits along the way.
Well, how's this? We will take them, sell them off, because if you are dropping out, we can sell them off for you. And we'll cut it 50-50. We'll take the points. We'll take half the gold. You'll take half the gold.
Very well.
Fantastic.
And they're like,
So.
Elohim, open up your bag. The apprentice nods and opens up their bag and pulls out a pottery shard that is pretty decent.
Sherd.
Sherd.
It's a sherd, not a shard.
Sherd.
It's a technical term for a piece of pottery.
Pulls out a pottery sherd.
Thank you very much.
You can add a 25 gold pottery sherd artifact to your inventory.
Let's keep track of the artifacts. You have like one person who's taking care of it mostly.
I had been writing down some of the stuff. I can keep writing down if you want.
I don't like multiple people writing it down because then you get duplicates of things. So 25 GP sherd, half value.
So yeah, how?
Them.
Okay.
Oh, you're using one of our laptops.
Oh.
That's actually the one I'm planning on selling
Oh.
because it's worthless.
Oh. Give you $1 for it,
No,
so it's not worthless then.
it's worthless for our purposes.
That's fair. So yeah, then we're just kind of, thank you, gentlemen. Pleasure doing business
They
with
shake
you.
hands. They introduce one another. They start leaving. You're like, Hey, where'd my tent spike go?
I know nothing about any of this. I was looking inside the tent and
Put my pillow on the fire.
Oh my god, where's my ring? The ring that my child made for me.
And then again, like this, like slow smile at the corners.
The red,
There's like a glint in there.
The red burning braziers illuminating the underside of your face. Baphomet in the background smoking his pipe.
And I think we're gonna head back down to the boat.
And
Don't we have some bandits to kill?
Why?
Okay.
They ran. Where's the glory?
Can I
chasing
go check
them
on
down?
the bull, the Minotaur?
you go over to the Minotaur, heavy breathing. Looks like you'd been gashed and carved into by many blows. Just,
I just kind of kneel down in front of him and so I'm like, why do you let them do this to you?
you hear a voice in your mind, actually.
Yeah.
This is an old temple. Father constructed it long ago. I am cursed to be reborn. Should I be slain? It is my imprisonment.
I understand. I know a little bit about that.
Then you understand that Father has a cruel love for his children.
Yeah, he's most unforgiving.
Do not make my mistake and piss him off.
Jukebox like kind of like hops over and is like leans into the.
If you accept the scores, you never die.
Blood for the blood god.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a little of the blood bucket, by the way. But I'm just gonna top it off a little bit.
I was waiting for these guys to leave.
I'm chuckle fucked around a little bit.
You're talking with the refugee.
Yeah.
Where's my tent spike?
Jukebox goes pretends to look for it. Full well knowing.
Find it for them, be the hero. Hey, I found your tent spike.
He's got half a husk left around the camp.
Before I go, I just say, is there anything I can do to make your time here maybe a little less miserable?
You could kill me, but I think that goes against your prerogative.
Yeah, and you probably just pop right back, wouldn't you?
No, would
I mean,
Worth a shot.
I might have something for that.
It's in his head, by the way.
It's in his mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was, like I said, I was purposely waiting for everybody to kind of like leave, but I mean, I'd give it a try.
Just I don't know, you could put in a good word.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll see what I can do. I'm sorry.
How do you end being a warlock?
You have to. I mean, you can. I'm thinking you can break your pact,
You can break
but
the
your
But
patron
it
would
was
probably be pretty pissed about it.
Yeah, it was your powers.
Typically, there is a pact. There's an actual contract.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Get a really good lawyer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are warlocks who purposefully just go around making deals for power, and then once the deal is done, they end their contract and go to a different person.
Mm-hmm.
There's also
Yours is the
Character
possession of that fiddle, I suspect.
Yeah,
Just
he
like a
gave me the
million
basically
points.
like I won
Yeah.
the contest, but it came with like
Yeah.
a contract I didn't even know I was signing up for. Basically, a bunch of powers that serve his will. Basically, is how I'm kind of interpreting it. And now he's like haunting me at every step, kind of thing.
And with that, it is a bit of a shorter session. It's only around 2 hours and 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And
We could do some wrap up back on the mainland and.
Yeah. Is there anything that you guys want to pursue while back in Hargonfel?
There's a Cyclops that is supposed to be getting killed
Cat murder?
imminently. Oh wait, didn't we have another?
You have 2 missions. So you had the one for Gromthok Hammerblow and Claudia Tudor.
We do have a
Which
question.
we did both of those.
We have a question. About
Well, I thought we did. Didn't we go see that other guy too?
I think you may have made up the Cyclops in your head.
I did totally make up the Cyclops in my
Okay.
head. But
There are supposedly the Ishmaran civilization were run by Cyclops.
yeah. No, there's the I thought we'd spoken to a third person
Yes, the
about
creepy,
one of the
creepy
escort.
evil man who everyone we all looked at each other and went, he's beyond creepy and evil. We're not
Yeah.
touching that shit.
We were
Marquis
totally down
Venice.
with the weird old lady who wants the Minotaur blood. She was great.
Yes.
Yes, and remember how the group we
The
just
slaver.
talked to ran into these guys escorting some cargo?
Yeah.
That was the third mission.
Okay.
So they met
Yes.
them, they did a thing, we've ended that, and we pulled one of our competitors out of competition.
Yeah.
Without bloodshed, thank you very much. And I will tell people back in town how amazing we all are because we are now eliminating the competition and not even having to draw a single weapon. They are so put off by us.
Put off is a good word for it.
Put off is a
Careful,
very,
careful choices of words.
very
Just a little grossed out.
Well, I suppose we should just wrap up with Claudia and.
So, question about the logistics of it though. Like, we were entered into 2 contracts. Both of them want half our money as each relic. If we have that, we're gonna be down to
Kind
a
of.
fourth.
So there's a bit
And
of
also, who gets
misunderstanding. It is not you will give us your relics. It's we open up our shop to you if you want.
Yes.
So we can go to Claudia or we can go to
Gromthok. So the deals that you have, you
The
finish up.
turret,
The,
no.
yeah, you finish up the. You finish up the missions with Claudia and Gromthok, and they both offer you the following. So Claudia, she will receive a 65% cut from all the profits that are made on the artifacts.
Yeah, how did you feel that?
Just the artifacts, the
My second
Ishmael,
jukebox's face.
just the Ishmael artifacts. They do not care about any other items received from the Isles. So they just want the artifacts. She will also offer a galley to take you across to the ocean and a troop of individuals to watch your campsite. Gromthok, Hammerblow, only wants 45% of the artifacts. 50?
Yeah, he offered 50.
50% back. And the artifacts and any other goods that you bring back, he cannot provide anything aside from basically a canoe to get across.
So
Option 3. Other patron. The really folksy guy, the ferryman.
The ferryman.
I would like to see what he offers.
that was what I was getting to. So let's go hand the blood in. Thank her for her chance to go do these things. We'll keep you open as we get more artifacts. We can then head to Gromthrock Hammer, that man. Let him know what we have done. Thank him for his help. We will handle our own passage by going to our wonderful friend the boatman, and we sell whatever artifacts we have so far to him.
I mean, I'll work for Gromthok.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Do you wish to schlep some people around to Terrifying Horror Murder Island?
I mean, I not particularly. Like to be fair, I only did the mission. I only took you guys around because it was close to God's Eye.
But we bonded, right? Like all
I will
that,
give
we
you 2
bonded.
As much as 2 businessmen can bond.
I will give you 2
Would you like to get
passage.
closer?
The thing I work for. Listen, I already have a pre-existing contract with Gromthok.
Ah, fantastic. And just walk off.
Okay, goodbye. I guess.
Sprinkle some mushrooms.
Why? It's taking over me.
So, to Gromthrock,
Yeah,
you can do the whole thing.
song and dance.
We've done the thing, here's the thing, here's the proof, thank you, thank you, thank you. Your individual, the boatman, we wish to use his services to continue on our expedition.
Well, if you're working for me, that's perfectly fine.
Fantastic. We also have a few artifacts that we've acquired, and we wish to sell them off now, just to at least get our names on the board.
Typically, that's done at the end of the week. You guys are 6 days in, or you guys have 6 days remaining.
Oh.
Typically, that's done at the end. We do a big old tally in town square, get all the artifacts together, get their points, and even if you don't win the pout, we still do our existing deal. If we cut now, what you have found currently won't apply to.
Then no, we should hold on to those.
Of course.
So we got 2 relics, right?
We've got like
hand
4 or 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
we found quite a few.
Because we found one at the
Ishmael
entry
ring,
to the
one
Sahagwin.
seaweed bracelet, one
There's 4 or 5.
rod artifact,
The battery as well. Like there's been a good chunk of odds and ends.
conjuration ring,
Oh, we
Everyone
still
go
have a
with the,
whole underwater temple we can go take down.
a pearl.
I bet you that's lots of artifacts.
How are
We'll go wrestle a shark.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Wrestle the shark.
The transmuter
If we have
stone
time
count as an
after.
artifact? Okay.
Oh, the transmuter stone does not count as an artifact. So I think we're gonna end there. We're just do some logistics, just tallying up how much you guys actually have. But thank you all for coming by. Hope you enjoyed. Next time, you guys are gonna be going to the Isle of Ishmarin.
Yay.
As level 5 badasses?
Make case.
we need a horse.
We
all
all
saw
saw
it.
We
Negotiated
negotiated instead of
our
fighting.
way into.
I have not done any combat this entire thing. We've talked our way through problems.
Yep.
We pissed off a Fae. Hopefully, we fixed our pissed off with the Fae.
You know, I am a kind DM.
I was a goat 3 times.
You were a goat 3 times.
Not
I'd say
bad.
you go
That's
to
worth
level
right there.
5, so we'll do health rolls first before ending the session.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, anyone who is cleric, you're going druid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Not gonna multi-class bard.
Like the rest of us.
You start playing your mushrooms like drums.
That would be really cool. I need to get some training too, by the way. That'd be peaceful. That's a 6.
Yeah, I'm sticking barbarian.
Okay.
Level 5.
All right. So what did you get?
A 6.
Do we get
that's
an
a
extra
9.
tax?
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Roll a
fucking
6 for
die.
me.
An 8. Okay.
I'm trying to. So what? So a D is it a D6 for bard and warlock both?
I
No,
believe
it's
it's a
a
D8.
D8.
We had
Eight?
a
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll go up in bard.
Yeah. The only class should be rolling a D6 is a wizard.
Okay.
Wizard and sorcerer.
I get more style.
7.
A 7. Alrighty.
6.
6. Okay.
Barbarian.
10. Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for coming by and enjoying these last couple of hours with us. Hopefully we'll see you for next time when we continue on with going to the Isle of Ishmarin or an underwater temple or a Fey island. We'll see. Bye-bye.